Boys, welcome back to another video, and today we're doing something that I haven't actually done in a long time, and that is a custom tactics and squad builder for the main team. Now, after I did my first FUT Champs highlights, a lot of people asked to see the team and to see the custom tactics, so that is what we're going to do today. And if you haven't seen it and you just want to see what I use to get top 200 squad battles every week and in FUT Champs, then this is the video for you. So, let's change it to a 4-5-1, as that is what we're playing. Starting off in goal, we do have Lev Yashin. The only reason I use him really is because I packed him untradeable, so why would I not use him? And he's actually decent. He's probably my favourite keeper I've used this year. I was a bit worried at first because he is only 6'2", and in my mind it's just a little bit small for a goalkeeper. But in game, he's absolutely ace. Best keeper I've used. And yeah, very glad we got him. Probably wasn't happy at the time, but looking back on it, very happy about it. Then over at right back, lots of options, but we do go with Diogo Dalot. Now that is mainly just to get the right midfielder in. I'm sure you can all probably guess who that is. High medium work rates. He's not bad, honestly. He's usable, but there's definitely better right backs in the game. If you've got Kleiber, for example, like Kleiber is miles ahead of this card, but he isn't bad. And what's he costing? Literally 30-odd thousand coins. So, you know, you get what you pay for with him. He's okay, but not great. Then the first centre-back, we actually have this... What are these Future Stars? I forgot. Yeah, Future Stars Todibo. He was an SBC. I think he was about 300,000 coins or something like that. 198 games played. I really like him. 78 acceleration, 81 sprint speed. We do have the shadow card on him, so you get like plus 10 on each, I think it is. Feels pretty quick. Obviously, I know a lot of people use fullbacks at centre-back this year, because the only stat that really seems to matter is that acceleration stat. Height's not as important as it used to be, as long as they're at least like 6 foot. But I still like to use centre-backs at centre-half myself, so Todibo is decent. Then next to him, we have Kimpembe, and I think I'm one of the few that actually prefers Kimpembe to Todibo. I don't know what it is about him. He just seems to be a little bit, like, quicker. I don't know if he's because he's a bit smaller, a bit of a different body type or what, but he feels a bit quicker. And he's left-footed, which is always nice to have on the left-hand side of your defence. What's he costing these days? Oof. About 130, so I've lost some money there. 211k I paid, yikes. Then over to the left back, and it is KURZAWA. Now, this guy, it's a weird one because I do actually really like him. I think he's a really good card. However, for me, he always seems to be out of position. Even when I have him set to stay back while attacking, he just bombs up that left-hand side. But as for the card itself, it's really good. Solid. You can see it greens everywhere. He feels really quick. He's decently strong. He's got, what is his strength? Only 71, but he is quite decent in game. But yeah, the problem is those medium-low work rates. He just doesn't want to get back. He doesn't even want to stay back for me. So, but I've heard other people say they're fine with him. So, yeah, I don't really know. Then into central midfield, I literally can't remember who I put here. I put Mbappe here. Kylian Mbappe, just the normal card. I've had him for a long time now. I paid 1 million coins for him. Should we check his price and see how much I've lost? Let's pretend we didn't see that. So I've played 859 games with him, 1,350 goals, 659 assists. Obviously a lot of that squad battles, but I mean, he's the best normal striker on the game. 5-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. Not really too much to say. It's Kylian Mbappe. It is what it is. Over to the left-hand side, and another one who I imagine I've lost a lot of coins on is normal Neymar. Just, again, one of the other best. Probably these two cards are the two best normal goal cards on the game, I would say. Unless there's someone I'm missing. I think that's it. 5-star, 5-star, high mediums. I paid 818k. Ooh. I've lost more than half on these two players. But anyway, 864 games played, 353 goals, 358 assists. So it's not bad. Especially considering I don't really use my wingers too much. But yeah, it's Neymar. Again, you know what you're getting. Now, over to this right-hand side, where it gets a little bit more interesting. We have the flashback Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, a lot of you guys will say that this card isn't very good. I disagree. I actually think it's really decent. Not obviously, he's not amazing. His finishing being down at 78 isn't great. We do have, I think, is it a marksman chemistry style? Finisher? I think it's finisher. To jack that up, and some of his other shooting stats as well. Obviously, he doesn't shoot like the 92 Cristiano Ronaldo, but he feels like the 92 Cristiano Ronaldo. And in fact, I think he feels a little bit quicker. So, considering he was 300k, you get a Cristiano Ronaldo, all his unique animations and stuff that only he has. You still get the 5-star skills, 3-star weak foot. I think it's a bit of a steal, and I really like the card, but most people don't agree with me on that. Then into the first cam slot, and we have De Jong. Again, this is obvious why a lot of you are going to know who the striker is if you don't already. He's actually a really solid card, though. The 68 shooting does let him down, but as you'll see in my custom tactics, I use him as a bit more of a defensive midfielder anyway. He's got those medium highs suited for a defensive midfield role, 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot. And yeah, he's just decent. He's a solid little midfielder, 5'11", which is a decent size to play centre mid. And yeah, not a bad card. Not a bad card. Over to the other side, we have, I think this is mid Seedorf. I think so. A much more well-rounded card than De Jong because he's got decent shooting as well. This is more my attacking midfielder. I have one of them set to stay back. Again, you'll see this. And I let Seedorf kind of have more free reign of it. That's why in 308 games, he scored 144 goals and got 234 assists, which playing as a centre mid is pretty solid. He's got the 4-star, 4-star. Greens pretty much all over the board, bar some defensive stats. And what is he worth? I think when I packed him, he was worth like $1 mil. So yeah, he has come down around 600k. Honestly, lads, for 600k, this card is really solid. So if any of you are needing just a good centre mid, box to box, that's your guy. And to finish the team off, if you don't already know or you can't guess, it is Gary Lineker. It's definitely not. It's going to be Player of the Month, Lionel Messi. Now, I've seen a lot of people say this card isn't worthwhile as well. I don't know what people are talking about. I paid 1.4 million coins, or submitted 1.4 million coins worth of stuff for a 96 Lionel Messi. If this card was for sale, I don't know what, it'd be over 2 million for sure. Just insane. Just look at the stats. 98 balance, 94 agility, 97 reactions, 99 ball control, 99 dribbling, 99 composure. His pace is the only thing that's a little bit slow. We chuck a hawk on him to get that up a little bit. But, I mean, it's the GOAT. He's literally the GOAT, and you're getting him for 1.4 mil. I just can't. It's just a dub. And he's so fun to use as well. A lot of us don't really have much fun playing FIFA anymore, unfortunately. Using this guy is just fun. It just inherently is. I don't know if I mentioned 4-star, 4-star, and medium lows. And if you can afford it, I would definitely recommend you go and get the GOAT. Now, I'm going to switch over to the other team and show you the subs that I use and my custom tactics. So here we are back on the main team. And quickly just run through the subs that I use. I sometimes bring on Iron Robin, usually at cam for Lionel Messi, just for fresh legs. Obviously, he's played a lot of games for me, as I used to have him down the right wing. Really like Iron Robin. It's just a shame about the weak foot, but I can't really complain because it's realistic. Robin's weak foot was terrible. Then Lucas Moura is another one that I tend to bring on at cam if I bring him on for Lionel Messi, because it's kind of like for like, both small, both really good dribbling. He's another one, another SBC. I did it right near the start of the game. I think he was like 250k. Don't regret it. Really good. Dybala, probably one of the best value SBCs on this game so far. Can't remember exactly the price. I know it wasn't very much though, and obviously he was a link to Ronaldo for the time. Still is, obviously. And just a really solid card. I usually bring him on for Mbappe. And the final one that I actually use is Adama Traore. I actually usually bring him on for De Jong to play that more defensive midfield role. Not CDM, but the more defensive midfield role. Towards the 70th minute onwards, if you bring him on, he is so much faster than anyone else that anyone has in central midfield. It's a bit of a cheat code, so that's what I like to do with him. But he is pretty much just pace and strength, and he hasn't really got much else going on for him. And he's also got the high wake rates. Now, onto the custom tactics. So, to start off with, the 4-5-1 itself, I don't actually ever play in it, so you can just ignore these tactics completely. So I guess we'll go over to the defensive first. The formation is a 4-2-3-1 variation 2. So that's with 2 DMs, a left mid, a right mid. I don't ever actually really use this formation anymore. When I did the custom tactics, I used to go quite defensive in FUT Champs. I was boring. I got into the mindset of playing boring FIFA just to win games. I'm no longer like that. You'll see my attacking tactics soon. But I do sometimes still drop into it just to maybe like see the last 10 minutes of a game out or something. So it is a drop back, 1 depth, 6 width. I know it's absolutely revolting. And then, like I say, we switch to the 4-2-3-1 variation too. As for instructions, I'm just going to show you them all. I'm going to flick through them. So if you want to see anyone's instructions specifically, just pause the video on each player and copy them. The only one I do really want to talk about is De Jong. To stay back while attacking. On this, he essentially drops back and becomes a 5th centre-back. And it's the same with my attacking as well, you'll see that. And I also have Clarence Seedorf to get forward. As for the rest of them, you can see. And the last thing I do is I set these two to stay back while attacking. Again, KURZAWA does not listen to me. Ever. Just bombs forward no matter what. Even in the defensive, he still goes forward. Don't know what to do about it. So yeah, if you want to see any specific instructions, just pause the video on each individual player and you can see them all a bit more in depth. Now, let's go over to the attacking tactics, which is what I enjoy a lot more. In this formation, we play a 4-3-3-4. Now, I've got to be honest with you. I can't recommend this for FUT Champs. Even though it's fun, you get counter-attacked like crazy. Especially with KURZAWA not wanting to do any defending. It kills me. But we have press after possession loss, 7 width, 4 depth. Still not loads of depth, because I don't want to literally get counter-attacked every time I go up the pitch. But a lot more than our defensive tactics. And then we have a fast build-up as well. Because this is just more about, instead of trying to keep possession with this lot, it's just about getting up the pitch, trying to score goals, trying to make FIFA as fun as possible. And that's not easy these days. As for the instructions, again, I will show you them. But if you want to see each individual players in depth, just pause the video on the player and copy them in depth. The ones I did want to show you, again, were De Jong. I have him to cover centre and drop between defenders. Again, he acts... With KURZAWA bombing forward, he kind of acts like the other defender. What tends to happen is KURZAWA will go on an adventure somewhere. Kimpembe moves out to left back, and then De Jong drops in. And that's the only little bit of cover I have, really. Because Seedorf stays forward. And obviously, it's just a very attacking formation. And I have these two, again, to stay back while attacking. Not that they ever listen, mainly KURZAWA. And then, yeah, that is literally it. They are the tactics I use to get top 200 every week. And they're also my FUT Champs tactics. I can't recommend the attacking ones for FUT Champs, but I'll definitely recommend it for squad battles. Because obviously, you get the most of your points by scoring your 5 goals. And those tactics are very aggressive and will help you get goals. Anyway, boys, that is going to do it from me. I'm actually running out of breath. A lot of speaking. That's going to do it from me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope the tactics helped you out. If you want to copy them, feel free. Although, like I always say, I do recommend you come up with your own tactics because only you know what works best for you. So mess about with them, see what you like, see what you don't, and come up with your own would be my advice. But if you want to copy them, feel free. Anyway, boys, thanks for watching, and I will see you again in the next one. Cheers, boys.